Hey, hey, Elijah. Peace, love, and light to you, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you, bro. Oh, all right. I'm all set. I think. Hold on a second. All right. I think I'm all set. Time for the video. All right. All right. All right. All right. Thank you for joining me. My name is Shaquab Ben Yisrael, and I want to give thanks to the Heavenly Father, Mother, for giving me this opportunity to be a light while I'm in this be a light while I'm in this reality. Thank you, brethren, for joining me. This is the channel where I just try to share about the Creator and things that I have learned, how He's worked in my life. I know there are people like me out there who are the same way. You see the miracle that you are. You see the blessing that you're under. For some reason, you're able to believe the Creator. He's given us the spirit to be able to. We just got um, a type of spirit on us that causes us to believe. We see things spiritually. We can see the things that are unseen. We know that the unseen things rule over the things that are seen. And my channel is not for everybody, and I don't even recommend my channel for I honestly do not recommend my channel for a lot of people because I realize that I may say a lot of things that'll hurt people because I'm reading from a spiritual word. I'm the type of brother. I have a strong sense and spirit of truth to tell the truth, to love the truth. And I know that we in a reality where people, they get hurt. And I don't mean to afflict anybody with my words. Truly, I don't. But I don't know any other way than I speak what I really feel. I share what I am learning. I try to be careful, realizing that people are broken people in this reality. People are broken, man. Like I said, I was talking to a lady the other day and she wanted to commit suicide, and I poured my heart out talking to her about the Creator. And I really think I made some progress because you faked this. I hope you brethren realize that you can say things that people have never heard before. You got it within you. And no doubt in my mind that he sent that woman along like he did for me to run into her and talk to her. And I started telling her about when we cross over and what we can expect and the purpose of the earth and the affliction that we are all under right now. I talked a little bit about the Hebrew tetracts, talked to her about vexing spirits, talked to her about when you're involved with trying to serve, when you're involved with trying to keep the will of the Creator, which is really to focus on other people and what you can do for them, how you might be able to serve them. If you just take your mind off of yourself, get your mind off of yourself, because like the old saying, analysis paralysis, meaning it's going to be hard for you to grow if it's going to be hard to grow, man, if you're always only focused on yourself. We live in a reality where people, they just focus, they're focused on themselves. Now, let me scroll the screen real quick, because when I did videos every day, I used to acknowledge all the angels of the daytime and the angels of the evening. I don't do that anymore. So while I'm doing a monologue, I just scroll the angels of the daytime and on the evening. And then if you're minded, you can stop the video and you can focus on the particular angel that has gotten your attention for the particular day. So let me go ahead and scroll the screen while I'm doing the monologue. And so anyway, I was talking to the sister, and I poured my heart out into her. I mean, I witnessed to her the best, I mean, with all my might, so that she might not give in to that vexing spirit. And I've done that actually a couple of times. People do not have the answers that you faked have. And again, like I was saying, man, my channel is not for everybody. If you're anything less than serious, if you're anything less than totally captivated by the reality of a God who has an agenda, who has created us, has put us in our reality, and speaks to you with things that that we don't know about. It speaks to you about things that you can't see. I don't recommend my channel. I don't recommend it to you, man, because I don't want to hurt your feelings. And but I believe in telling it like it is, man. I don't see no benefit. There ain't no advantage in deceiving you or sugarcoating things. I don't think that you can get anywhere with the Creator when you're like that. I don't think you can make progress. I read about His kingdom. He keep talking. I mean, what I'm going to read today in the book of Sue, I learned something that what the Creator does. See, He knows, man, that peace, love, and light and joy, they went out, man. Those are attributes, brother, that are undefeated. Those are undefeated attributes. Meaning they're going to win. They're going to win every time over the evil influence. That poor sister that wanted to commit suicide, she said that she kept having those thoughts, and basically what it boiled down to is that she don't have nothing to look forward to. She was so self-focused that that's where the false gods want you. From what I can understand as I read, they want to always make you think self-focused, always pointing at yourself, thinking about yourself, and it works. This is a reality. Especially this America, just full of narcissism, full of entitlement mentality. My this, my that. Just the mind where we feel like we're something more than what the Creator says that we are. And, you can't see that if you just keep focusing and looking at yourself and how you was offended by something somebody said or did or what they are doing, and you only hurting yourself. I'm glad for you, Faith. I'm glad for you, man. I'm pulling for you, that we will all grow together. We'll all mature. Now, for brethren who can't hang around, and I'll just give you a little snapshot of the summary of what I read. And basically it just glorifies the Creator. the thing about the Creator, man, is he just cannot fail. He can't fail. And the reading is going to be about a God that he was dealing with. And it was one of his sons called Sue, a God. And the ordeal had to do with conversion of a God who had fallen, and his kingdom had um, deteriorated in its grade, its spiritual grade, and it's just an account of the Creator. He showed that God. He showed him his wisdom, his power, and his glory in the spiritual. It's like he showed him like the ethereal realm. He showed him how the angels, they danced, how they sung, how they rejoiced, how they feasted, how they constantly gave praise. Basically, what the Creator did is he showed him this is, if I may use my own words, this is what living really is in my realm, in my kingdom. This is what living is. And it was so powerful that the people that were under the sub gods, when I don't know how exactly the detail of the situation was, but the Creator, he allowed man, at least the people of this particular kingdom, to see the people that were fallen in their spiritual grade. They were going nuts wanting to make the second resurrection. They were fit to be tied, man. Whereas before they had totally given way to the earth and the things of the earth, thinking that that's all there was. And then the Creator basically, I guess there are times when he have to show you his glory. And I perceive that that's the mystery of you faith is. He put something in you that once that thing gets put in you, once that spirit, that knowledge, that wisdom, that unction that gets put on you, you're finished with the world. You just finished, man. And the Creator, he has a way of writing that will fill your soul. He has a way of sharing words that minister to you, that something that a man just cannot do. It's like he has a way of speaking to you in a way where you just say things like, man, that is the Creator telling me stuff like this, making me see inside of myself, because this is me, man. This is me. That's the miracle of the Creator from what I have seen in my life. I'm just a brother who believes I should share things that go on, things that I've learned, in hopes of it may reach someone from across the world, that sort of thing. So I'm pulling for you, Faithless, man. I'm not the greatest speaker. I'm not the greatest knowledgeable. Hey, Dave. All right. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Glad you're here, bro. I hope I really bless your soul, man. I hope I really bless you. So, in a nutshell, I just believe that I'm here for a little while, and I believe I know what I should be about, which is eternity. I know that I'm here to shape my eternity. I believe that the Creator, if you feel that way, if you're sincere, he'll tell you too. And he'll help you leave the world. Who will get you to get off of your own self, preoccupied with yourself. See, that's one of the tetracts. That's one of the Hebrew tetracts. vanity. The whole world, you look around, I hate to say it, man, vanity, vanity of mind, you, everything is about you. There is no ability in you to consider your brethren. I mean, and all you got to do is change your mind. Dave says, you always bless me, brother. And you too, brother. I'm glad that I know you. The same to you, brother. I feel the same way. That's the thing, man. I can't, to be with who I call my people in the spiritual realm, that keeps me going. Elisha says the Creator's truth come at the right time in the right ways to teach each individual, and they receive it in their own way. Yeah, you said it, brother. See, that's the beauty. He don't take away your individuality. The Creator, that's one thing I learned. He lets you, we're all within a certain framework, which is basically consider your brother, man. Consider, oh, look here. Oh, there's my brother, man. There's brother Daryl. Here, let me put the link in. Oh, shoot. Stop scrolling. Let me put the link in the room in case y'all somebody want to teach us a lesson. So let me put the link in there. Oh, man, it's good to see you, Daryl. I know you probably can't hang around, but I'm going to put the link in the room anyway. Thanks for checking in, brother. I don't know. Maybe you want to teach us a lesson or something, or you or Elijah or Dave or anybody. You put the link in the room. All right. So there we go. All right. So yeah, like to me, the plan of the Creator is pretty simple, man. I mean, we in this reality. There's the agenda is for us to elevate in our spirit. Let me see. Daryl says, you too, brother. I'll be listening. I'll join you before you shut down. Okay, good enough, brother. I'll be looking forward to it. If you want, you don't have to wait until I shut down, brother. You can take, you want to take the mic now, or you want to share anything, you could do, that's the whole purpose of my channel. I want to make it to where, some brother, he wants to say something or something is on his heart. He can just come right in and take it over. So whenever you feel ready, brother, and you got to let me know. I don't have it to where I can see if somebody's on backstage. Matter of fact, let me fix that. See if I can fix that. So if somebody come on, then I can bring you in. Okay, that should be good enough. You say, go ahead. I'm listening okay, you're working on a project. All right. Good to see you, bro. Yeah, so I love the way that I love it, man. I just love it. I love the way the Creator, he gives us a freedom that you can go within yourself and you can put your own flavor within the framework of the light. You can show the beauty of your spirit. You can flavor the way you present the light to other brethren. See, that's when you home free, man, because you getting in touch with who you really are. When you your real self, man, you home free, brother. When you satisfied with yourself, that's what I found. Because, when you're younger, it seems like most people grow up wanting to be somebody else. And to me, it seemed like part of what life is learning to be satisfied with yourself. Be satisfied with learn to love yourself. And then you got something to give to this reality. We're all like trees, right? You get fruit off of trees. Maybe you like an apple tree or orange tree. Is a banana a tree? Yeah, I think it is. And when you realize that the will of the Creator is, to me, that's the beauty of aging, getting older. To me, man, that's the beauty. You begin to learn, what is it? You begin to know yourself. And then when you get there, then, I mean, when you learn to know, when you know yourself, then you're comfortable with yourself. If you know it's not within your heart to be corrupt, you want to do the will of the Creator, brother, you home free, man. You're free as can be. I think I'm going to read something in the reading where the Creator, he say, what does he say? He says something like, I forget. It had something to do like, I forget. I just have to wait until I do the reading. It had something to do with when you are comfortable with when you're at peace, then that's the best. That's it right there, man. When you know you're in the will of the Creator, you are trying, you're sincere, you're trying to learn, you're trying to elevate. He tells you all that there is. So in the reading is gonna. I love I love that what I'm gonna read. I love it, man, because there are times, just like what the Creator does, is there are times when we fall down, and you need to see a little bit of glory. You need to see a little bit of glory, man, to make you raise back up. To keep you. It's like a shot in the arm we all need from time to time. You need a shot in the arm, man. And it's like amazing, man. That happened to me a couple of days ago. I read where I was sharing I read something, and at the end of the video, I was like, oh man, I want to quit, man. I can't make it, man. He's saying be this way. And as it turns out, I misunderstood the verse. I misunderstood it. And I had to be picked right, but he picked me right back up, man. And that's the way it's been for me. It's like sometimes, man, you think, man, I got the whole world against me. I can't talk to nobody. Don't nobody want to talk to me. I'm here. I'm all alone. How can I do this? You have to just, from what I have seen, you got to stay close to this word, man. It's like, I remember I used to share a story about it. I used to date a girl, and she used to always, now it goes to her, she needed such reassurance. It got to the point, man, I just couldn't hang. I couldn't hang, man, with that much neediness, where I couldn't hang, man, And at one point, I wanted her with all my heart, man. I thought I would do anything for you. And then as time went on, and I learned about her neediness. She had great needs, man. I had to tell her I loved her like every third hour of the day. And I didn't, but I said it if I knew what was good for me. And it got to a point, I said, man, I cannot hang, brother. I can't hang, man. I got to cut it loose and let it go. Ain't that James Brown song? Turn it loose. Turn it loose or let it go, or so. Turn it loose or let it alone, or something. But I was like, man, I can't hang. I just can't hang. You want more than I can give you. And I don't really feel that way on top of it. I'm a young man. I'm totally about my own physical senses. And, I don't know what it's like to really love somebody. And you want me to say it, but I don't even know what it is, So anyway, to make a long story short, the Creator, now that here we are, we face this, and I'm in this situation now to where I constantly need to hear from the Creator. I mean, I understand that sister. See how I go, now I understand her. See, but she gone now. See, a lot of times you just learn too late, man. That's life. I mean, it's just, the creator is working it. He working something in you. I mean, that's, you know, you know what I mean? I mean, he teaches through, what I'm going to be reading, he talks about, the creator going to talk about how he teach man too. And it's going to be through affliction. See? So life is beautiful, man. It's just, I mean, it is beautiful. It's absolutely out of sight to me. When you see that the creator, he's trying to teach you, he can't give it, he's holding back. He don't, you know what? I read somewhere he said that when you're trying to describe the glory that he has for each one of us, he said, go ahead and try. He said, go ahead and try. He said, you'll never be able to do it. But he said, go ahead and try. Do the best you can to try to bless your brethren. Do the best you can, man. He said, you'll never do it. He said, you won't be able to describe it. And we need that so that we can endure our reality and bear fruit and elevate in our spirit and be a light. So that's why I was saying, my channel, it's not for everybody. And these are some kind of rough things that you have to talk about from time to time because people tend to feel excluded. Although the creator, that's not the will of the creator, man. He's not going to lose one of his children. And men and women without exception are his children. So I got another ministry where I like to try to minister some type of way to orphans and disabled and elderly with this food ministry, where I can be contacted. Somebody like that, I can certainly be contacted on a moment's notice. I can be contacted to do something about it. So there's my contact information, and then my room on Facebook, where I just love to read the OAHSPE these days until the creator gives us something else. Until he gives us something else, some other revelation. Don't think that this is the last one. To me, this is like a starter. We just came into Cosmic. That means that it's time to grow now. When you read OAHSPE, you say that the old things don't work no more for the new breed of brethren. That's why he turned us on to deity worship. So we can get off of that treadmill. Get off of that, man. The creators say, get off. The time for that is done. It's finished. He said he used to use it like he used to use familiar spirits. And then that turned sour. So he gave us Ashars, and we still have them from what I understand. But the creator is not stagnant, man. I mean, in the time that we living in, we got a new type of food that we eat now. Brethren who are able to receive it. That's the whole thing right there. We able to receive it. It's the old things don't work no more. It's time to remember in the desert and the Exodus, you've been at this place long enough. You've been here long. It's, in the Gospel of Thomas, there's a verse that says the disciple, they asked him, what is the kingdom? And he said, rest and movement. He said it was rest and movement. And then we can look at the world. We see a lot of stagnation, man. See a lot of stagnation. I remember like years after graduating from high school, and then you hear about certain brethren, and you might hear somebody say, man, he's still at his mom's house, man. He's still at his mom's house. 10 years out of high school, man. Hey, man, how's dude doing, man? He's still at his mom's house, I mean, sir, there's something ain't right with that situation. Oh, you know what? I can't see the screen. I don't know if anybody's saying anything. But, hey, Nazarene Essene Fatus. All right, brother. Thanks for checking in, man. Good to see all y'all. So anyway, my room, I'm having trouble situating the screen. I got to situate it to where I can watch the backstage, watch the chat, watch my screen, think about what I'm gonna say. It's tripped out trying to do all these things. But the creator is helping me though. So anyway, here go my room where I like to try to share. I love to try to share things that I read in the OAHSPE that I know it's going to speak to you, brethren. It's going to speak to you, man. You know, if you will faith this, we need to eat this food. Check out some of the stuff that me and my brethren be sharing. Let me see if I can show you a little bit. For brethren who are not in my room, let me just show you. Okay, so Brother Cosman is doing a teaching on Iwata. Oh, that'd be interesting. Iwata. That'd be cool. Check that out. Some posts that I'll be trying to share with brethren too. I mean, I really believe that I believe that faith is brethren who are subscribing to the OAHSPE. It feels like we robbing a bank. It feels like we robbing a bank, man, with the knowledge. And oh man, it's like the creator, he said that there's going to come a time I'm going to let you read the heavenly records. That's what we're doing right now. That's what we're doing right now. And brother, I appreciate it. I appreciate it with all my heart, man. I know you brethren do too. The only thing that really afflicts my soul is the lack of lively response that the word draws. That's hard on me. I know that if we were to cross over, we wouldn't be that way. I mean, when our faith turns to sight, I mean, the account that I'm going to read is going to show like the creator is like, he breaks down and say, you know what, let me give you a little burst of what glory looked like. Let me just give you a little burst. It's like to resuscitate you. So I'm going to scroll a little bit. Some of the things that I like to share in my room. You can stop the video. And I'm telling you, man, you wonder how we live in a reality where people can do without this overstanding. Now, I have a sister. She likes to share the metaphysical word. So she gave me one here to share. So I'm going to go ahead and share that. The metaphysical word it helps you to see things that you can't see. It talks to you about spiritual vibrations that affect you. So here we have a word here called Javan. Now, these words come from the Bible, and they show you the power of the creator to use a corrupted source to use it and to glorify himself. He can use even a corrupted source to help you to to help to give you overstanding. He can do things like that. And the Bible is full of corruption. I mean, false gods and corruption. A lot of truth in it, but it's meant to lead you into bondage. And it does. And outside of being a faith, you'll never know. False gods have the power to deceive. Anyway, here's the word. It's a word in the Bible. The definition is the east, the dove, warmth, fertility, effervescence, productiveness, clay-based soil, mud, mire, deception. Now, this is a studied metaphysical word from a brother who was gifted in these things to be able to take a word that has a metaphysical meaning in the Bible and then basically, in essence, translate it so that you can hopefully see yourself or how this vibration, how this affects you and your spirit. It should speak to your spirit as either a warning or an encouragement or to glorify the creator in the sense that he can tell you about something that is very profound spiritually and it resonates with you. You know it's true. You just know it's true. So anyway, that's the meaning of the word Javan. Historically, he was the son of Japheth. Okay. Historical meaning of Javan. Metaphysically, Javan is a name that the Hebrews of old gave to Greece. The original inhabitants of Greece are supposed to have been descendants of Javan, the son of Japheth. Javan, therefore, refers to the human or okay, so far as the lineage, I don't know. I do, somebody told me, I don't know who it was that told me this, some sister. She said, she was asking somebody else, is it possible that spirits can interrupt the channeling of the creator to somebody? In other words, can they influence the message? Can other spirits, like I don't know what a good word to call, deceiving spirits, can they interfere with channeling? Now, can deceiving spirits, can they interfere with a brother or sister who's channeling light from the creator? Now, I don't see how, but it helps me to understand how the OAHSPE says it's a guidebook and it's not without error. It helps me to understand. Because we're talking about something spiritual here, where the false gods may be able to deceive a brother, even a faithless, and interrupt the channeling. Now, I don't know. I can't say, but the OAHSPE, it refers to itself as imperfect. It's imperfect. If I'm, correct me if I'm wrong. And I think it's because there's still ability of false gods to interfere with the message. And then she mentioned the book of Sapa. And I did a little look at it, and I think that what she was referring to, because see, the OAHSPE, it teaches against I'm better than you, I'm above you. It teaches there's certain things, there's certain principles that the OAHSPE, that's what helps us the most. Like it tells us to, resist not evil. It tells us not to own anything. It tells us to be non-violent. It tells us to serve one another. These are like things that you can hold on to. They sound good. They are good, and how to treat your brethren. Those are like solid foundational principles. So if we see something where it seems to say, you have to be this way or you have to do some law or commandment, then it sounds fishy from what I could see, because we're supposed to be a people. We're not going to be in need of laws and rules. We're going to govern ourselves. And so any language where it seems to say otherwise would be suspect. And it could, the OAHSPE, it might allude to some of that. I don't know for sure, but if any what's a good word for mistakes in the OAHSPE, if there are any, then that may be the reason, because of maybe gods or lords or angels can interfere with the channeling process, but not be able to defeat the message of the book as a whole. But I don't know. I just thought it was interesting that she asked that question. Anyway, Javen, metaphysical meaning. Metaphysical meaning is the human or personal intellect. Now, when you want to get the metaphysical meaning of a word, you have to do a little research, read it, find out what the context of it is. And I believe that's how this brother came up with this overstanding. It either sounds anointed or it don't. You know, you can either receive it or leave it alone. Or leave it alone, you know. Turn it loose or let it go. I love that. But let me get kooky here for a second. Turn it loose or leave it alone, James Brown. Give it up or turn it loose. Not turn it loose, turn it loose. Okay, I'm being kooky. Give it up or turn it loose. See? Okay, anyway. So the metaphysical word is Javen. Matter of fact, I might not even be sharing my screen. How do you like that? I wasn't even sharing my screen. Man. Here's the word that I was talking about, Javen. Man, I wasn't even sharing my screen. I don't know how long. Sorry about that, brother. I was scrolling in the room and, you know. But anyway, metaphysically, it means the human, Javen, the word in the Bible, the son of Japheth. Metaphysical meaning is the human or personal intellect in man to one of its governing characteristics, the deceptive error belief that understanding is gained by impressions of the senses in contacting the outer world, by books, teachers, and experiences instead of its knowing that true understanding comes from the spirit or God within the soul of man. Yeah, I like that. That's how we get deceived, because man places the emphasis on himself as the source of learning. He places, matter of fact, the reading is going to point to that a little bit, where it talks about man. He makes laws, and those laws they're confusing, they're distracting, they're carnal, and it keeps you preoccupied from the spiritual. Hey, Fritz, brother, good to see you, man. So the metaphysical meaning of Javen that we learn by the senses instead of by the spirit, there is a difference. Matter of fact, the OAHSPE, it says something like, the Creator, he gave us two ways of learning. One is by reasoning and the other is by the spirit. One is by reasoning and one is by the spirit. And so the brother here is saying that the Javan is metaphysically pointing to it's just the elevating the carnal over the spiritual. It's elevating the carnal over the spiritual. That's a big deal in our reality, because again, man, he likes to point to himself. We see David said something. He said JBN went through a 10-year period of purification process before he got that typewriter that the angels wrote OAHSPE through. Yeah, I remember reading that. Yeah. But Javen, this word here, the metaphysical meaning. See, I mean, you know, when I read stuff like this, it's just really reinforcing. It's really confirming that we have it's like, man, we have 1,000 million things in the spiritual that are on the attack every day, things that we can't see. I mean, this is one of them. I mean, you're taught, it's like the false gods, they get a hold of us when we're young. We get introduced into, like I was saying earlier, we grow up wanting to be somebody else, or we like the way they present themselves, or we like what they say, or we like what they do, and then you end up looking at them wanting to live vicariously through them, when the creator, he want you to find him within you. And so we in the system, man, where it's just the opposite. And it's like people get influenced to pay attention to yourself. I mean, we wouldn't be in this situation. I mean, globally that we're in right now. I mean, wow, man, it's like we can't go the right way. If we don't get this word, we will naturally digress, man. We will decline. We won't be able to elevate, man. We won't be able to do it. And that really strikes me. That really strikes me. I don't know what to say sometimes about the magnitude of the darkness that's surrounding Bethis right now. I mean, it's covering the earth, man. It's covering the earth. Covering the earth, man. And the creator, I read where he said that he was at some point, did you, brother, know that he's going to remove the Tetracts? Did you, brother, know that? That at some point he's going to remove. Remember, it said that he was talking, I think it was Siddhantes he was talking to, or he was talking about Anramanius, and he said something like, the time has come for man to receive his inheritance of the Tetracts, the evil influences. He said the time had come, man, that vibration was going to get put on us. Now, I forget who it came through. I forget the name of the God that it came through. But just like it came on us, it's going to be removed too. And then when you look at the Ethereal realm, you see the rejoicing that goes on in the Ethereal. The Tetracts ain't nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found, man. And the OAHSPE says, he calls it a trial. The creator, he called it the trial of the Tetracts. The trial of the Tetracts. Matter of fact, it'll be a great idea to find that. If I can get a hold of that, man, that'll be a home run. Let me try to find that. I got to try to find that. I'm putting together a PowerPoint. I'm not real good at doing it by themes, though. But hopefully I will be able to present it on one of these videos. He called it the trial of the Tetracts, brethren. And then when you read the Bible, it talks about, well, no, I can't use that. I was going to talk about Revelation 2:9, where Jesus Christ said, I will keep you from the trial to come upon the whole earth. And I was going to liken that to the Tetracts, but I don't think that's the right context. So let's see. Let me see if I can find it right quick. It says the trials of the Tetracts. The trials of the Tetracts, man. The trials of the Tetracts. Probably ain't going to be able to find it. I should try to look for Tetracts. That might be. For as you called on me in your sore hour of trial, so did I come to you to deliver the earth and the heaven through my son of the ark of Noah in Etheria. Remember now the upraised. Okay, that's not it. Here we go. Home run. Right here. There it is right there. presently the all light enveloped Sue, and the father's voice spoke through him, saying, hear the words of your creator, my son, and rejoice because I have not forgotten you and your people. Behold, this is the hour of your redemption from the trial of Tetracts, which have run abroad in my dominions. The trial of the Tetracts. That's our situation. Global inheritance of man, the Tetracts. Before the reading, let me just go through the Tetracts again, in case there's anybody new in the room. Tetracts. Those are evil influences, brethren. I mean, faithists, they know that, but the world doesn't know it, man. You know that? I mean, that's amazing to me that we can see it every day, and they don't know what's hitting them. The world don't know what's hitting them. Now, again, let's look at the definition of the Tetracts real quick. In the footnote, it says, and the mortals should be made aware of the Tetracts. And we're going to learn to take responsibility for them all, whether as mortals or angels. Whether it's mortals or angels, must transcend these expressions of the beast in order to inherit the higher heavens. How do you like that? How do you like that? See, he gave it to us to overcome it. Here are the Tetracts right here. Isn't this something, man? The Tetracts. The Tetracts. Anash. Anash. The word is Anash. And it means persistent stubbornness. Persistent stubbornness. By word or thought. By word or thought, man. This is what we battle against. Then there's Zimma. Wicked devices, man. God help us. Raw. Delight in being bad. Belial. Worthlessness. Here's a big one, man. Avon. Vanity and self-conceit, man. Wow. And we have these things in us. Faithists. Faithists got these things to a degree. You know that? We got them. Faithists. Faithists. Diva, slander and reporting of evils. And then there's Satan, to be a leader, especially to the delight of the other 6 entities. And that's where you have entertainers. They're real popular because they like to do evil. And then everyone who's under that vibration, who really subscribes to it through choice, they follow the leader. That's why you see people get lifted up, man. And they're famous for the Tetracts. They're famous for the flesh. They are leaders. They are Satan, to be a leader at the forefront of being bad, of being vain, using wicked devices, delight in being bad. So we know what it is. We know what we're up against. These things are trials for us every day, man. One of these things, oh, man, All right, it's time for the reading of the word, man. Let's get off of the Tetracts, man. Let's go get some blessing. Let's get some blessing, Let's get some blessing, man. Did anybody like my idea? Or, maybe you want a little side hustle. Did anybody like my idea that I was sharing the other day? Want me to share it again? Maybe a brother or sister need a little extra income, I thought it was a good idea. And I bet a lot of people do it. I bet a lot of people, oh man, I wasn't even looking at the chat. Man, I'm slipping pretty good today. I'm slipping pretty good today. I'm not looking at the chat. I'm not sharing the screen. Okay, let me see. Dave, he said something. Now I don't even know where the screen is at. Okay, here we go. Let me see. Dave said, however, the Georgians did destroy some of the original plates when JBN was in. Oh, really? I don't even. Let me see. Let me see. Let me put this down so I can read this. However, the Georgians did destroy some of the original plates when JBN was in Texas due to a flood. Now, the plates, I know what you're talking about. In the OAHSPE, it talks about it shows us different plates. What did the plates, what do they relate? What do they relate? What do the plates show us? I mean, I know they're important. And I think I was talking about the spirits disrupting, spiritual channeling that goes on, influencing the person who is channeling the light to insert their agenda into the light of the Creator's word. And then we see Elijah says, indeed, purification can take a long or short time depending by the will. Yeah, I agree with that. That's interesting, man. How they destroy. Where did you find that, Dave? They destroyed the Druhas. The Druhas are unenlightened, darkened mankind. It says that they did destroy some of the original plates when JBN was in Texas. The fact that they had the ability to do that, that's interesting to me. So it's like these spirits are so powerful that they can disrupt the work of the Creator. Anyway, time for the reading. Book of Jude, chapter 3. And again, just to summarize real quick. Now, this part here, the Creator. Actually, I'm forgetting what the summary is. I know it has to do with the failure of man's government. Let me see. Dave says the difference between the 1882 version and the 1891 version of the OAHSPE. Oh, okay. That's what these plates, is that what those plates signify? If that's what you're talking about, the difference between the 1882 and the 1891 version of the OAHSPE. I wonder what the difference was. Did it just have to do with wording? All right. Just let me know. Oh, okay. All right, let's do the reading. Let's do the reading. And now just to summarize, I forget what the summary was about chapter 3. I know it's good. It's real good. And I think the Creator, he's going to talk about man and his I can't summarize. I can't find the word. I forgot how I wanted to summarize it. So let's just go ahead and read it, because it's a real blessing anyway. I think what I wanted to summarize was chapter 4, where the Creator says, look, I'm going to just show you I'm going to show you a little bit of glory of the etheric realm, and then that's going to motivate you. That should motivate you to leave the do not stagnate in the faith, in your spirit. Always seek to elevate so you can be a part of what I'm showing you right now. But I think that's chapter 4. But let's go ahead and read chapter 3 anyway. I'll do chapter 4, do it tomorrow, Creator willing. Now, may the Heavenly Father bless the reading of his word. Chapter 1, it says, Jehovah spoke through Sue. Now, Sue is the Etherian God, saying, mine is a strong government. Yeah, he's going to talk about governments. Righteous ones, wicked ones. And everlasting. Listen to the wisdom of your Creator, O my sons and daughters. Where have I not given liberty to all people? He who does right, where is he not free? He who does wrong, where does he have liberty? Whoever endures to surpass himself, have I not shown him his limit? I don't know exactly what that means. Whoever endures to surpass himself, have I not shown him his limit? I don't know how to summarize that, but it says, I created man at 0, but only for him to add to himself forever. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? He basically made us a blank page, and you decide what to write on it, whether for good or for evil, either for your benefit or for your disadvantage. He leaves it up to you. He said he made man at 0. He said, I gave him liberty to add only that which protects his own soul. Liberty, freedom, you choose what is right. I'm going to submit my evidence, and then you make a decision. If you subscribe to the light, follow it then. It says, for which reason, if he eats poison, it takes from him his body, which I gave. Here I made a boundary both on earth and in heaven, which is to say, to the extent that man accumulates virtue, wisdom, and patience, love, truth, and pure words, he is free. Because in doing so, he follows me and my works. But he who seeks to glorify himself in his possessions, he binds himself, because he is unlike me, for I gave all, and thus made the universe. So how often do you, brethren, see that? You know, remember that program, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous? Y'all remember that? And they would feature movie stars or big stars, and they would show how opulent they live. You know, their gaudy wealth. I mean, they still do it today. They seeking to glorify himself in his possessions. Creator said, if you do that, you bind yourself, because you are unlike the Creator. He said, for I gave all, and thus made the universe. He said, I have created, verse 3, I have created 2 states, therefore open to all men, both on earth and in atmosphere, which are liberty and bondage. Liberty and bondage. See? That's our situation. Liberty or bondage. And I made man to choose that which he will. But so that he might not err, behold, I send my emancipated angels to explain these things beforehand. And then you read the footnote. It says, OAHSPE is such a vehicle. So you mean to tell me that the Creator will put us here and not give us a way to get out of a negative situation? That he wouldn't give us do you mean to tell me that the Creator would create us and he would, and basically we would just be hanging out on the earth, no purpose, no hope, or a greater reality? That we just kind of here hanging out, no purpose to our existence. But that's the path that the vast majority of people choose. They choose that, try to make $1 million, big house, materialism, man, materialism. Creator says, when you subscribe to those things, when those things are at the foremost of your mind, of your spirit, to acquire those things, he says that you're unlike him. You're unlike him, he said. He said, verse 4, even so are governments ordained by my holy ones accordingly, even so are governments ordained by my holy ones accordingly. You may judge whether a government is of me or against me, or if it gives liberty to all righteous works, and for the promotion of knowledge, providing teachers to the extent of the demand, it is of me. Now, how do you like that? It says, but if the government makes itself a self, for which its aggrandizement, it says, if the government makes of itself a self, for which its aggrandizement is at the expense of my children's liberty, then it is against me. How do you like that? Now look at where we live. The definition of aggrandizement is development, accumulation, greatness, increase in extent, power, might, prominence, stature, influence, significance, and profit. Creator is saying, like, when the government engages in making itself, it more and more takes authority over a man, tells him what he can say, tells him what he can think, tells him what he can do, takes away his liberty. Creator said, that is not of me. And when that happens, then you know what must happen, right? That government must be removed. And that has been the history of the children of men for as long as we can remember. When men come into power, they seek to fortify that power. In other words, they seek to protect that power. They seek to strengthen that power. And usually that comes at the expense of you. It's like, man, he all he knows, man, the thought that just came to my mind. Now, this is going to sound kooky, but I'm going to say it anyway. I've known men who, they get a girl, right? They get her. Now, no, I'm not going to say that. I was going to make it personal, but I'm not going to do that. I was going to talk about who's in my mind right now that I'm saying this about, but same is true with other guys. They get a girl and they get jealous of her, right? And they won't let her do anything, man. They won't. I mean, I've seen it with my own eyes, and man, they won't let them do anything. There are some women, they're in this situation right now in the world. That's going on right now. Can you imagine living under that? The Creator say, when they start doing that to my children, now you see why he will not permit it. He won't permit it, man. And that's where we live. We're like that girlfriend. And the government, they will not let you go. I mean, we're in a situation now, if you say certain things, you could be put in prison. You could be put in prison. Why don't you go and try it? If you deny the Holocaust, do you know you could be put in prison? How is that of the Creator, man? See, when you take away their liberty, how is that of the Creator? So, I feel a tet rat coming on me just even talking about this. You see where we live? We live here. They doing that now. They can tell you what to do. They can say, hey, take this or you won't be able to work. Man, that's too much authority, man. I'm sorry. That's too much, man. I was born free. Where did the Creator say I have to do this in order to walk the earth? I don't recall that anywhere. But they telling you do it or we'll cut you off. We'll turn your water off. We'll cut your food off. We'll fire you from your job. You do as we say. See, that's the way men get, man. They get, if you put them in power, see, we can't go on. And the Creator, he taking his time. He said he has set boundaries in the world to teach man a lesson. And he's just going to let it play out so that his repentance will be greater. When the Creator, like I'm getting ready to read it, watch, where he say, I'm going to just show you a little glimpse of my glory, and you're going to freak out. See, check it out. Let's keep reading. He said, for I have not created a people to be today as their forefathers were. Now, you read this, and I think that he says that I have not created a people to be today as their forefathers were created. And I think it has something to do with freedom, because there was a lot of tyranny from what I understand in the creation of man. One man, same thing back then, man. He wants to rule over other men to their own detriment, man. That's the first thing a tyrant will do, man. He will, I remember Saddam Hussein. Do y'all remember him? Saddam Hussein, a guy of Iraq. You know what he did? You know what he used when he first came into power? Guess what this dude did, man? He gathered up a bunch of guys, right? And they were all innocent, right? And he brought charges against them, and they were innocent. And they showed the video. He was sitting there in a big auditorium, a whole bunch of people there. And then he started reading off names. And at first, the guys, they didn't even know why he was reading their name. And you would see the police, they would come and get him. Like, he would read off a name. The dude would stand up. The police would come and get him. And then he read off a lot of names, right? And then, after he had killed them, he told everybody else, this is the fate of all, I'm translating, right? He said, this is the fate of all those who rebel against me. That's going to be, see how he solidifies his power. Dictators, that's what tyrants, man. So I think the Creator is saying, but these are things going on presently, not as much, maybe not as back then. He said, for I have not created a people to be today as their forefathers were. I have not created a people to be today as their forefathers were. So the question is, how were my forefathers? What did they do? He says, but provided them with perpetual growth. So I think that's our answer right there. Our forefathers stagnated. There was stagnation. I read somewhere, I think it was in the Third Testament, or the Colburn Bible, it said that when he was first created, if the weather changed, he immediately thought that God was mad at him. And he started sacrificing. In other words, he stagnated. Now, I don't know, I could be wrong. Let me see, Daryl says, Yaquab, I'm here. Oh, okay, you're in the backstage? Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah, brother, come on, man. Here, let me change the screen. Yeah, thanks for wanting to come on, brother. Let me see. I'm looking at the page now. All right, there you go. Man, it's good.
Hey, what's up, brother? Love and light to you. How you doing? Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. Can everybody hear me? Can it?
Mic check, mic check, mic check. Why can't he hear me? Speaking of my audio.
Okay. I'm
Mic check, mic check. Can you hear me?
okay. Try it now, Daryl.
Mic check, mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering what was
Okay, y'all was
going
wondering
on.
what's going
Settings had
on.
my
Settings
it's
had my
picking up on my okay. Yeah, so what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Oh man, I'm glad you're here, man. Glad you're here. Love this, man. Just trying to share this word. How you doing, man? You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing all
I'm doing
right.
all right.
Just real busy with the family, working a lot, working a whole lot actually, and then just being present with the babies and being present with the household. That's all. Um,
So did
that's
you
pretty
really
much
put
it.
down your sword, man?
Say what?
Did you really put down your sword?
What you mean?
Um, blood sports.
No, I
Battling.
didn't exactly. I
Hey,
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that I exactly put down my sword, but I did lax a little bit on
yeah.
everything that was going on. I felt really relieved after we had the debate with the Hebrews on the House of Consciousness, and I just kind of, I felt really relieved, and I felt like, I felt like after that victory that I was able to settle back a little bit. I did take the time to unassociate myself with a lot of Hebrew brothers that was on my social media, from YouTube to Facebook to Messenger. Got away from them because I realized that at this point, and it's something I realized before, I just hadn't acted on it, but I realized that at this point that, the people that's caught up, and I'm not gonna say all of them, because there are some that I can really have a high level conversation with, but a majority of them I should say I don't communicate with at all. And I've also learned to have a low tolerance for anyone that is coming to have a conversation, and it's a conversation that has an ignorant overtone to it.
Ah,
I have to retract myself or detract myself from that uh conversations like that real quick. Like, even if I decide to just say a few words, I'm really just gonna keep that a few words. And if I sense that the conversation isn't going anywhere, then I'm not gonna engage. I'm not gonna pursue.
yeah, I like that. I like that. I've been telling brethren that there was one point in that video I saw where the brother they was trying to jam you up, and you said, "Hey man, look, I ain't got to say nothing.
Yeah,
You know, if you don't want me to talk, I'll just be quiet." I started clapping then.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
"Yeah, yeah," because we don't need to. We ain't got. We can just hold our peace.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you want to be, go ahead, brother.
No, I was listening to you. I was just saying, yeah, I was agreeing.
Yeah, yeah. I like that, man. I at first you get caught up in it, coming from that background, me as a Hebrew Israelite, and how we used to go out in the street, and hey man, we would really be pushing the boundaries, man. You know, I mean, and then looking back, but you feel like you got to be acrimonious, you got to be divisive. And it takes a little bit, man, before, at least in my case, to see how, um, to remove that vibration.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
in other words, grow up, man. I mean, that's where I love the OAHSPE, because Creator, man, he just basically, what he's teaching me, just be satisfied with yourself. As long as you're just trying to be sincere, truthful, just be satisfied. And let me teach you. I'll teach you.
yeah.
You don't have to force yourself on nobody.
Yeah. And speaking of that, I wanna add to something that you had brought up uh just earlier when you read that the OAHSPE is not perfect or is not immaculate. I want you to go to Book of Discipline, chapter 5.
Okay. All right. Hold on a second.
I want you
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
I want you to
You got
understand from my perspective why it
okay.
says it's not a perfect book.
Okay. Yeah. Good. I'm glad. I wanted.
Apart from that, it can contain mistakes based on people corrupting it over time. But when it was first
Right.
scribed through when it was first scribed through JBN, you have to understand that um, I have reason to believe that the angels were very careful with the information that they put in the book. And if they were careful with the information in the book, then it wasn't corrupted by any evil spirits or by the hands of any man yet. So I want to explain to you what it meant by being immaculate. And it's immaculate because the book, or any book, is indirect inspiration. It's indirect inspiration because it is not inspiration that has come through us, direct. And I'm going to clear that up when we read Book of Inspiration, I believe chapter 12. But first,
inspiration.
First, I want to bring you to chapter 5 of Book of Discipline, and I want you to go to verse 10 and verse 11.
Okay.
And it's going to explain to you that no book is so easily read as His created universe. So go to 10, and I want you to read 10 real quick. Go ahead and read that first phrase, and I'm gonna explain to you what that means.
Okay, it says, Jehovah is as near this day as in
the time of the ancients. Now read that one more time. Read that phrase one more time.
Jehovah is as near this day as in the time of the
ancients. That means that the Great Spirit is saying, or what the Spirit of reality is saying, that I've been here. I've been here today. I'm with you today the same way I was with the ancients. And my knowledge applies today as it did with the ancients. And it will always apply today in the future with our ascendants, just as much as it applies to us today, which takes us back to Jehovah 1:1, when the Creator says that all was, all is, all ever shall be. Because it's consistent. It doesn't change. It's consistent. Like things may change with different conditions, but even if those conditions are the same here on earth or in any other world, it's all going to remain the same. It's all going to remain the same. So the Great Spirit is as near this day as in the time of the ancients. So the same knowledge that Zarathustra had, Abraham had it. The same knowledge that Abraham had, Moses had it. The same knowledge that Moses had, Capelia had it. Poe had it. Yeshua had it. We got it. Our children are going to get it. Our great grandchildren are going to get it. It's going to be the same. It's going to be the same, which is why he says in the book of Leka that all knowledge that is to be everlasting needs to be obtained objectively. So that's why the next line says, put yourself in order, becoming one with Him. To be one with the Creator means to be one with knowledge and facts and mathematics and axioms that are objective. That's how we become one.
Now, when you say objective, what do you mean?
What I mean when I say objective is knowledge that is proven. It doesn't need your feelings for it to be what it is. If I showed you a picture of a red ball, or I showed you a red ball, that ball doesn't require your feelings for it to be spherical. That ball doesn't require your feelings for it to be red. That ball doesn't require your feelings for it to weigh as much as it do. It doesn't require your feelings. The sun don't require your feelings for you to know that it shines light and that it's bright.
Yeah, indisputable. Right.
Huh? The rain don't require your feelings for us to know that it precipitates to the earth. Oxygen don't require your feelings to know that you breathe it in so you can sustain your life.
Right.
It's objective.
Objective.
2 + 2 = 4 does not require your feelings.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, either subjective or objective. But the Creator's truth is objective. Yeah,
exactly.
That's a good point, man.
And the moment we start applying our feelings to what it is that's objective, that's when we fall out of order. That's when we no longer become one.
Let me interrupt you for a second before I forget. What did you think about what I read where it said we are not as our fathers were? You remember that part?
Yeah, you said that we are not as our fathers were. I know one damn thing, I ain't what my father is. I am not my father. I am something completely different, and the same thing applies to you. And the same things applies to everybody on the earth. Huh?
Well, what do you think that was saying though? I mean,
you got to go back
here.
through it and read it for me again.
Right.
I wanted to get to this point though real quick in 10 and 11 about the books being imperfect.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
But
yeah,
I'm sorry. We can come back to it. We can come back to it in a second. I just don't want to advert to the point that we was trying to get to.
Okay.
Well, go ahead and finish reading though.
11.
Go ahead and finish 10. Go ahead and start 10 all the way over again.
Okay. It says Jehovah is as near this day as in the time of the ancients. Put yourself in order, becoming one with him.
Watch this.
And no book is so easily read as his created universe.
Ain't no book so easily read as his objective created universe. That's the book right there. Mm-hmm. Huh? We are the book. I'm going to get to that too when we get to Book of Oranathan, chapter 2. Watch this. See that? No book is so easily read as his created universe. I mean, we got to observe for ourselves. Now, guess what? In this book of OAHSPE, can all of reality and can all of the created universe fit inside this spine-bound book?
Oh, you're asking me?
I'm asking you, can all of reality and all of the universe fit inside this spine-bound book?
Oh, of course not.
Okay, then that's what makes it imperfect.
Yeah.
That's what makes it imperfect.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point.
That's what makes it imperfect. Now, which leads us to verse 11. Go ahead and read that.
Inspiration comes less by books than by what Jehovah wrote. His worlds read him and his works.
His works, huh? See? The experience.
Frame your speech and your thoughts for him. He will answer you in your own behavior and in the happiness of your soul.
That's how we get answered, in our speech, in our thoughts, and in our actions. That's how we get answered. That's how we get answered. That's the holy trinity of behavior right there. Is the speech, what you think. The speech, what you say, how you behave, and what you think. And we got to be careful about the things that we think, because what we think controls how we move, and it also controls what roll off our tongue. See? Look at that. Now go to Book of Judgment, chapter 20.
Okay, Gaia's got a question for you there. Okay, you want me to go to Book of Judgment?
Chapter 20. Yeah, I'll go to YouTube real quick and read this question.
Book of Judgment. Okay, hold on a second. Book of Judgment.
I'm not familiar with what transjectivity is.
Book of Judgment. You said you want chapter 24, right?
Yeah, go to Book of Judgment, chapter 20. We're gonna get more and more into these books.
Chapter 20?
Yeah.
Book of Judgment, chapter 20. Okay, hold on a second. Book of Judgment, chapter 20. All right. Book of Judgment, chapter 20. All right.
You might get that fast if you zoom out and scroll down.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Zoom out and scroll down. You'll get that a little quicker.
Right.
Yeah, now scroll so you can skip the pages. There you go.
Okay, you want chapter 20, right?
Yeah, chapter 20.
Okay. Okay, what verse you want?
Okay, now chapter 20, I want you to start at verse 20. Start at verse 22, and then you're gonna get to the part about the books, because he's gonna the God is gonna specifically say that books are imperfect, but Jehovah, who is all of reality and his creative things, he's gonna say never. Watch this. Go ahead and zoom in a little bit so the people can see. And then start with verse 20.
Verse 20. It says, for which reason?
Actually, sorry, 19. 19. Sorry, 19. And we're going to read up to the part where he says that books are imperfect, Jehovah never.
Okay, so can you see the screen pretty good?
Yeah, I still can.
Okay. Verse 19. It says, do not think that great wisdom comes suddenly by dying. In your early entrance into the ES world, you shall be easily deceived. For which reason
right here in 20, before you read, I'm sorry to interrupt. This is just what you were saying. This was just what you were saying in your topic today, was that we have to look within ourselves and judge ourselves. Watch what 20 say.
For which reason you shall school yourself every day of your life that your Creator only is your God, and that you shall never see him as you see a man or an angel, but that you can see him every day in the glory of his works.
See? You can't see him every day in the glory of a book. You see him every day in the glory of his works, which takes us back to the book of discipline, chapter 5, verse 10 and 11. We have to read him and read his works. That's what we have to read. Go ahead.
With this faith in your soul, you shall die and enter heaven fearlessly. And when a pretended God or Savior comes to you asking tribute, you shall know in truth that he is false.
Yep. Keep going.
Now, therefore, when you judge yourself to determine the balance of your good and evil deeds and your good and evil thoughts, let your Creator stand as the light of your soul, and through him judge yourself.
Yep.
But not as to your worship, but as to your works.
Yep. Now 23 gonna put the nail in the coffin.
Okay, it says, neither shall you judge yourself by any God, Lord, Savior, or other idol, nor by any man or woman, for you yourself stand second to Jehovah, your attributes. It is your responsibility to make a God of yourself in your behavior, in your words and deeds. Neither shall you judge yourself by any sacred book or any Bible in the entire world, nor by the words within them purporting to be my words or the words of any God, Lord, or Savior. For I have abolished all such sacred books and Bibles and words and sayings contained in them purporting to be my words and the words of any God, Lord, or Savior. Neither shall you bind yourself by them, nor judge yourself by anything that is written or printed
in them. And I think it's coming up now where it's going to say books are imperfect. Jehovah Neff. I think it's coming up. Yep, right here, 29. But keep going. Yep.
29?
No, I got to start with 27. I'll go all the way to 29.
Okay. But behold, I declare to you a greater glory and judge in their place, which is Jehovah, your Creator. By him and through him you shall judge and be judged. Books are imperfect, but Jehovah
never. That goes for OAHSPE too. And Book of Discipline 5, 10 through 11 explains why books are imperfect and why Jehovah never. And it tells you right there. It tells you right there in verse 30. Neither shall you from this time forward swear by any book under the sun, nor by any God, Lord, Savior, spirit, idol, or image, but you shall swear by Jehovah, your Creator, reality, the supreme consciousness, the great spirit, the source of it all.
Yeah.
Because people don't understand that reality itself is perfect. What comes out of a man's mouth ain't perfect. What man writes in a book ain't perfect. What a man tell you by what a man explains to you by indirect inspiration ain't perfect. But you receive knowledge that's everlasting objectively, that's perfect. Because there ain't no way around that. Objective knowledge can't be disputed. What's objective can't be disputed. What is subjective can.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. That's a good point. I remember reading where indirect knowledge is not complete knowledge.
No, not at all. Now I'm going to take you to Inspiration 12, where it gets in. I think Inspiration 12 talks about the direct and indirect inspiration.
Okay. Inspiration chapter 12?
I believe it's 12, yeah.
Okay. Book of Inspiration chapter 12. Okay. Book of Inspiration. All right. Okay.
I don't know, Guy. I have to look into that, Guy. I haven't heard that term before, but I'll look into it. Thanks for turning me on to something new.
Oh, transjective, not compare. Oh, okay. Not comparable. Transcending the subjective and the objective. Oh, I never even heard that word before.
Yeah, I ain't never heard that either. I got to look that up and research that. Yeah, I think, let me see. I don't know if this is it. Hold up. Scroll down some more. It might be Inspiration 9. Let me search for it in my OAHSPE real quick. Let me get my OAHSPE.
Okay.
Because I don't want to leave you empty-handed on this one. One second.
Yeah, well, I think you already perfectly explained it. Especially about incomplete knowledge cannot be perfect knowledge.
No, not at all. Hold on. Let me see.
Man, that was really good. That was a good point, man. I really like that.
Yeah, it's chapter 9. That's what I thought.
Chapter 9.
Yeah, it's chapter 9. So, man, I created with the capacity to distinguish between my direct and indirect inspiration, says Jehovah. My angel gave him rules by which benefits man. Because there's a couple of chapters where he mentions indirect and direct.
Right.
Okay, so 9 goes into that. Hold on. Okay, right there. So 14 is so 12 to 14 talks about it, how it's indirect, for how books are indirect inspiration. So you can go to so go to 12 real quick and then read from 12 to 14.
Okay. It says,
but that whole chapter is banging though.
It says, what comes to you from a man is indirect inspiration. What comes from an angel is indirect. What comes from the gods is indirect.
Yep.
No direct inspiration by me can come to you from a book or a sermon, or from anything in all my creations, but only from me, your creator. So one man receives direct inspiration from me and he writes it in the book, yet when it comes to you, it is indirect
inspiration. It is indirect inspiration.
And it's not by, all right. And it's not binding upon you. Yeah, that was good, man. Yeah. And it's not binding upon you, except only so far as my direct inspiration upon you moves you to receive. I like that, man. I like that.
Boom.
If you can see,
boom.
If you hear,
boom.
If you can, keep going.
No, I said boom.
Huh?
No, I was just saying boom. Like right there.
Yeah. So it's saying that when it resonates within you, then that's direct inspiration. So hearing one thing and then receiving it are two different things.
Correct. So when you came across a OAHSPE, which technically is indirect inspiration, direct inspiration moved you to receive it.
Yeah. That's exactly the truth, man. Yeah, that was pretty good, man. That's pretty good. See, that's what I'm saying right there, because it's hard to put something like this into words.
Yeah. It's a very... Look at 15. Look at 15.
Okay. It says, yet I did not create all men with the same clearness to perceive me and to frame my wisdom in words. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good, man. Yeah. And to frame my wisdom in words. Yet I did not create all men with the same clearness.
Same clearness. I did not create all men with the same clearness to perceive me.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man. There's some brethren have stumbling lips, but it doesn't mean they don't know any less.
Right. And it says, and it even says that in OAHSPE too, that the Creator knows how you move. It ain't a matter really what you say. He said, I think it's a part in there. I don't know what book you're saying, but it's a part in there where the Creator say a man could have all the knowledge and smarts in the world, but he pretty much ain't nothing because his service ain't nothing. Now, but a man could not be as real good with words, but his service is banging.
Now, see, I read something similar to that, man. I read something similar where, I don't know, maybe you might think it's similar, but what comes to my mind is where he said, the Creator said that there may be a man with many works, and there may be a weaker man he's weaker, but the Creator said that man may be fairer to him than one with many works.
Right, but one with many words but no works, then one with many works with no words.
No, wait a minute. No, he said that he may prefer someone who is strong and has many works.
Right.
He may prefer someone who is perceived to be weaker.
Right, but has many, right, but does the work.
Huh?
Right, but does the work. Someone could be weaker or not as educated, but does the work.
Okay,
they have a higher spirit rate. They have a higher spirit rate than somebody with many words and many and much knowledge and higher education. They have a low spirit rate because how they move, they don't put their motion where their mouth is, pretty much.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. Yeah.
They don't put their emotion where their mouth is. That's why when you go to Book of S, now you got to go to Book of S. Go to Book of S, chapter 17, verse 21.
Okay, hold on a second. Book of S. All right. Hold on. Book of S.
Go ahead and in your page bar at the top and put 4 so you can go to the table of contents.
Okay.
Page 4.
All right. Hold on a second.
Put that little page 4 up in there. Pop on that table of contents.
Wait a minute.
Turn your number lock on.
Huh?
I said, turn your number lock on. There you go. Hit enter. There you go. Scroll down till you see Book of S.
Okay, what do you want? Book of S?
Book of S. I think you passed it. Scroll up a little bit.
Okay, hold on a second.
Right there.
Oh. Yeah, I know. I just got to move it over.
There it is. Bam. Now go to zoom out, go to chapter 17.
Okay. Chapter 17. All right.
Yep, you're almost there.
Okay.
Chapter 17. Yep, you're almost there. Right there. Now zoom in on 21.
Okay. All right. And it
hold
says
on.
God
Matter of fact, hold on. Start at 20 because I think 20 was kind of speaking to what you was talking about just now.
Okay. It says, and whoever has great riches, yet no servants, but lives for, no, that's not it. It's not what was in my mind, but it looks like.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And whoever has great riches and yet, I got to close my blinds. It's too much glare.
But it's similar though. It's a little similar, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's similar. It ain't exactly what you were saying, but it's just a different context. That's all.
Yeah. Basically, the point that I was trying to make was that we can't. Sometimes we won't be. Well, I'm sure a lot of times we won't be able to perceive the way the Creator perceives. I mean, we would think just like when David was chosen, or when David was chosen as king over Israel, the people looked at the outside but it's not always that way with the Creator. You know, the outside don't. The outside and the inside are two different things when it comes to the Creator. But anyway, let me see. Let me read this. It says,
Yeah, 21 is what I want you to hit, but I want you to read 20 though, just because it was similar to what you were just saying. It's similar to it.
Okay. It says, and whoever has great riches and yet no servants, but lives for himself, you shall apportion his place in the first resurrection, even according to the good he might have done had he obeyed my commandments, and he shall do in heaven what he neglected to do on earth. And he shall, yeah, that's strong, man. And he shall not rise to my emancipated heavens until he is appropriated according to that which I gave him into his kingdom. Yeah. Yeah. That's strong, ain't it? Yeah.
Oh my God, man. Oh my God. Now read 21.
That's something else, ain't it?
Oh my God, man. Oh my God, man. I mean, God, I ain't finna go there. I ain't finna go there, man. But I'm a boy, but these entertainers and actors and these entertainers and actors and athletes, boy, they got a lot coming, boy.
I'm telling you the truth, man. Oh man,
hey,
you know,
all these entertainers, these actors, these CEOs of these billion-dollar companies, bro, they got another thing coming, boy. They got another thing coming, boy. They sit on millions and billions. Hey, they sit on millions and billions, and we got, man, and there's people out here that need to eat. There's people out here that need clothes. There's people out here that need shelter. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, it's people out here that want the help. There's people out here that want the help. You sitting on billions? You sitting on millions and millions and billions for what? For what? What did you need that much money for?
I know. The OAHSPE is tough, man. You know. Yeah.
And it ain't a matter of giving it to people just so that they can have it. To uplift somebody means, okay, listen, man. Salvation, this is what salvation is. Salvation is to liberate oneself from ignorance and or illusion. Okay. So somebody has to want to save themselves in order for them to be saved. Somebody has to want to liberate themselves from ignorance and illusion to want to be saved, to want to be liberated from ignorance and delusion. And once they make the choice to save themselves from ignorance, then they can start the path of resurrection. Okay. So people that have it like that, they got that money like that, they're sitting on those riches like that. There are people out here that really, really need the help and would progress themselves if they were given the help. It's a difference between helping somebody that don't want to help themselves and helping somebody that do want to help themselves. Because if I was a trip and fall in front of you and you extended your hand to help me up and I didn't extend my hand right back to meet you halfway to get up, that means I want to be down there. I don't want the help to get up and I want to stay down. But if you extend your hand and I extend my hand and you pull me up, then I'm going to stay up. You see what I'm talking about? And then in doing so, I'm going to pay that forward and extend my hand to the next man that trips and falls and wants to get up. You see what I'm talking about? And so that's where that chapter on charity comes in the book of discipline, where it says that true upliftment is when you put somebody in the situation where they can sustain themselves. It's not just like a one-off where I'm walking past a homeless person and I'm just giving them $1. Don't just give him $1, give him a whole job. That way he can work and sustain himself. That's how you uplift somebody. Put them in a position to resurrect themselves, man. Put them in a position to save themselves. Huh? Now you got people that sit on all these riches that have the power to put people in the position to save themselves. Because why? They want to be saved.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. That's a good point. The type of charity, see, Christianity, it teaches you to just, give ignorantly. If anytime anybody asks you, no matter who, to go ahead and just give, and it sounds good, but it deceives people. I mean, the OAHSPE, I was shocked to learn that the Creator, he frowns on a person who's able-bodied asking for charity. And just like he said, he does say that to make a way for the person to sustain himself.
Make a way for the person to sustain themselves. Like, why would I buy you a meal when I can give you a whole job and you work every day and you can buy yourself a meal all the time? And that goes back to the saying, if I give a man a fish, what is this? If I give a man a fish, he'll eat for one day. If I teach that man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime.
Right.
Put somebody in a position to eat for a lifetime. Like people that sit on these power, they got the power, that sit on these riches and they sit on all this power, but they don't put people in a position to eat for a lifetime.
See, that's where the government is. I mean, I see big problems for this government, because when you got people who want to elevate, they need a hand up and then they can sustain themselves. But when we give for the purpose of killing, instead of being able to make it so a person can, I'm talking about the way we send billions for the purpose of war making, but then you got people who are struggling and can't make it and need some way to keep themselves going. So we got our priorities upside down, and I was just, and we expect to get away with it. It's like, do you see a declining spiritual grade in our reality today?
Yeah, man. And what's wild about that? Let me tell you what's wild about that. I don't remember where this is exactly in OAHSPE, but we get graded as a collective. The earth, right. We get graded as a collective on earth. And then as a country, we get graded as a collective. As a state and as a city and as a tribe, we get graded as a collective.
Yep, that's right. That's right, man.
We get graded as a collective of people. So you could, even down to the individual, because you can be an individual with a spirit rate or a spirit grade of 90 in a country with a spirit grade of 30.
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
And you would be part of the reason why it's 30. Maybe remove you and it'll drop to 20, but you have an effect on the grade of your country, on the grade of your tribe, on the grade of your household. Households get graded too.
Yeah.
A household is a man's first kingdom. A family. That's a man's first kingdom. Think about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People don't know. It's levels to it, and people don't know just how deep it goes, man. People don't know how deep it goes. That's the sad part.
Right.
And that's the sad part. Even sadder, people don't even care. They don't even care. That's why when you go, because they're of the beast. That's why when you go back to the OAHSPE prologue, the beast says, "Do as thou wilt," with no thought of tomorrow.
Yeah.
That means don't think about the consequences. Mm-hmm. That means don't think about what misbenefits it'll bring on yourself. That means don't think about what misbenefits that'll bring on your fellow man. What misbenefits that'll bring on your mama, your wife, your daughter, your brother. Don't think about that. Just think about yourself and get it how you get it and get it good.
Right.
But then what happened? What else happened in the prologue? But oh man, war came into the world. And then what did man say to what did man say to the beast? Oh, well, you told me to do as thou wilt with no thought of tomorrow. Now war came into the world.
Right.
Now I pray to you to give me peace. But hold on, the beast ain't here to bring peace. The beast is here to bring a sword, not peace.
Hey, let me ask you a quick question. Have any other people that you have that have heard you, like Hebrew Israelites, have they contacted you wanting to know more about what you were talking about?
I think like one or two.
Oh,
and then I ain't hear from them no more.
Oh, well, I a couple of days ago was a brother who me and Dave, we went on his channel. That's where I was calling out for one of y'all to come on and talk to the brother about the OAHSPE.
Yep.
And so I ended up talking to him, and he ended up not receiving it. And Dave came on, and as soon as they seen Dave, of course they couldn't receive anything he had to say.
Right, right.
But it turns out, man, he came into my room a couple of days after that. And he started asking questions. And so I think that the logic, it just killed him so bad that he just had to find it. He said he went and bought one. And because when I was on his channel, I told him, you know, they were just immediately not receiving. They didn't, you know, all they could hear was another God and, you know, I'm a false prophet and this and that.
Yeah.
And so I asked them, have you read it? Have you looked at it? And they said, no. I said, well, doesn't the Bible say that it's foolishness unto a man to judge something before he searched it out? And so they were quiet then, you know. And I think that he took that advice. He said he went and bought one. He came on my channel and he was asking questions. Now, whether he'll come back on, I don't know. But I think the OAHSPE, that's what we're going to be looking at. It's just the truth. It's too irrefutable.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
out here because it's backed by reality.
Yeah.
It's backed by reality. You know what I'm talking about? It's backed by reality. You know?
Yeah.
That's what's wild about OAHSPE. As a matter of fact, my brother, OAHSPE means reality, man. You want me to break that down to you?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. OAHSPE. What does OAHSPE stand for? What does OAHSPE stand for?
Now I know it's the wind, the sound.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but that's one-on-one. I don't mean to put you on the spot yet, Yakub. I don't mean to put you on the spot. But you got to know you got to know what OAHSPE is.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna say it the way that you're gonna explain it, but I know that it has
three words. Sky, earth, spirit.
Wind, earth.
Sky, earth, spirit.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sky,
earth, spirit.
Sky,
earth, spirit are the three requirements for reality to be what it is.
I see.
You got the earth, you got sky, you got spirit. Those are the three conditions. Those are called the 3 degrees of reality. Those are the 3 conditions necessary, needed for reality to be what it is. The earth consists of earth and sky and spirit. We consist of earth and sky and spirit. All things is earth, sky, spirit. All things is OAHSPE. OAHSPE. Earth, sky, spirit are the 3 requirements for reality. That is reality. That's realism. That's the great spirit. Let me share my screen real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna get out of here because it's past 9. I gotta ride out and go hang out with my babies.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Let me share my screen real quick. Okay. Look here, man. We're gonna look up the great spirit. Watch this. Hold on, sorry, I'm using my stylus. I lost my mouse. Okay, hold on. Let me see. It's not oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, it's great spirit. Watch this. I just passed up G. Okay. All right, look at this. You see that where it say great spirit? All right. It says great spirit. The universe is what? What is it? It's telling us right here what the universe is made up of. What is the universe? The universe is earth, which is corpore. The universe is sky, which is atmosphere, and is also spirit, which is ether or space. The 3 in 1 are Jehovah. See that? That means sky, earth, spirit is OAHSPE. OAHSPE in 1 are Jehovah. Jehovah is reality. Jehovah is the universe. As the spirit is of a man, as the spirit of a man is to the man, so is the great spirit to who? Jehovah. The great spirit is also used as synonymous with Jehovah. You see that? OAHSPE, right there on the cover, it tells you it's reality, which is in the information contained, but within those covers is backed by reality. That's why it's the most irrefutable book on the planet right now. Right now.
Yeah, that's why I love to tell brethren that you might not be able to subscribe to it now, but you will. Because you got to deny reality in order to, you got to deny reality or you have to deny reality, and that's something that you just can't keep doing. At some point, you got to acknowledge that it's telling you some things that nothing else is going to be able to tell you. I think the only difference between us and our brethren is the fact that he's just elected us to be able to get it at this time, but I don't think that we're before them. They'll get it.
Yep.
Brother, you have to get it, man. I mean, as soon as you get tired of yourself, you cannot fight against this type of truth forever.
Not at all. Not at all. Because I don't care what anybody say about it. I don't care how much anybody denies it. It's the greatest book on the planet right now. It's the greatest book on the planet right now. I don't care who thinks I'm crazy or who thinks I'm kooky. If you ain't read the book for yourself, you ain't qualified to judge me for what I'm saying.
Man,
we the pioneers of this right here. We the pioneers right here, doing this work and putting this information out there.
Man, just like Dave said, you're pretty gifted, bro. I mean, you speak real clearly with.
Thank y'all.
With great clarity, bro. I get a kick out of listening to you, man. I wish you'd come back on more, though.
Yeah, I'm just real busy. I'm just real busy with the life. If I didn't have a whole lot of responsibilities, I'll be doing it a lot more. But there's a benefit to not always, being present. There's a benefit to that. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I kind of, and honestly, I like being the underdog. I like being that guy in the background. I like being that guy that's unbothered. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like if I'm the kind of person that, if my presence isn't wanted, I'm not gonna show up. If my presence isn't needed, I'm not gonna show up. And then if I'm not spoken of, I'm not gonna say anything. That's kind of how I flow. If whatever's going on don't pertain to me, I ain't saying nothing. Unless I feel like I got something valuable to contribute, I just don't say nothing.
Right.
That's why a lot of, I don't know if you in the group chat or anything, but that's a lot of times why I don't say much in the group chat. Like I might pop in and say something kooky here and there. But other than that, if there's a conversation or I listen in to what they talking about or read what they talking about, but if it ain't nothing that pertains to me or somebody didn't directly ask me something, I don't say anything. That's just my style. That's just how I flow.
I love the way you watch me, man. It lets you be comfortable with yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have really anything to prove to anybody.
No.
I mean, you want to share with them, Again, I have to go back to that video, man. That was one hell of a move when that guy they was trying to press you. And that's how
what video are you referring to? Which one?
You were talking with JJ and with Yari Yar, I think. It was you, it was Sela, it was Maliki, and Daryl, or not Daryl, but Cal.
Was it the debate? You talking about the debate?
Yeah.
Oh, at the end when we got done, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's one way that you're dealing with somebody who knows that they're losing the debate is they get animated, they get acrimonious, they make it chaos. Yeah. And they was asking you a question and you was trying to answer, and then they kept interrupting, which is another sign right there, because you really don't want the answer, because you know that the answer you're going to get I think that sometimes the creator make people look like fools by trying to make brethren answer a question like it's a valid question. But then when you get the answer, you're the one that gets made. You get exposed for looking foolish because
Yeah,
the
they
answer
expose
is no.
themselves. Yeah, like you be
Yeah,
tripping because Calvin and
yeah,
them and they be tripping me out because they notice this about me is that and I learned from the guys on OAHSPE. What they notice about me is that I let somebody whenever I'm having a conversation with somebody, especially when it's somebody doesn't that doesn't vibe with the information, I just let them talk and let them run their mouth because they're gonna expose themselves.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then and the whole time somebody's running their mouth.
Mhm.
I'm like, yeah, we're gonna go to this verse and chop that up. We're gonna go to this verse and chop that up. But I'm gonna let them run their mouth for a good 5-10 minutes. And everything that they said when it's my turn to talk is gonna get cut short.
Yeah, that's wisdom.
It's
That's
gonna get
wisdom,
cut
man.
short. It's
I,
gonna get cut
I
short.
I will not involve myself in that type of atmosphere. I just, you know, if you would like to hear what I may have to say, then that's good. That's great. But those days of just going back and forth, not really getting anywhere, I'm finished with that.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Like,
Yeah, I'm done with that.
it's very draining, and I think it cheapens the light. It
Yeah,
cheapens
it
creative
does.
work, you know.
It does.
So
And
I
it's
thank you
toxic.
again, man, for the way you responded, and you know that said a lot right there to the guys. Where you just say, "Hey, look, man, I just be quiet. I ain't got to say nothing," you
Yeah.
know. And then you
Because
turn the
bottom line,
tables on them to where they got quiet. They realize, hey, you know, we need to be listening to what this guy said. Hey,
right.
OAHSPE College University.
Yeah.
That brother, he does videos
Oh
too.
yeah, what's up with Whammy? Yeah, beloved light to that brother Whammy, man. He be putting in his work too.
Oh, okay, yeah, he just joined the
Yeah.
room too. So peace, love,
Yeah.
and light.
So like the OAHSPE say to cut things short and cut it short God-like. So keep it brief, keep it clear, keep it concise. And that's how I
Right,
like to be a
right.
man of a few words. Even though, you know, when I talk, I'm gonna speak loud, but when I'm done talking, I'm quiet. I'm in the background, just listening.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and so
The
you got to
OAHSPE, it teach you.
go ahead.
Yeah. It grow you up, man. The OAHSPE, it grows you up from the inside.
Yeah.
If you're serious about it, you know your words are going to become fewer, and your actions are going to start speaking louder as your words.
Yeah, that's what it is about them actions. It's about them
cutting
actions.
the fat, man. You know, you're going to cut the fat.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it is you got to do. And so that's why, yeah. And I like to keep that in mind all the time. You know, Daryl, just cut it short, God-like, because I don't have to. Because bottom line, what I understand in life and in existence is that I don't owe anybody anything.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line, well, I'm gonna say we don't owe anybody anything. I don't have to talk to you for 5 minutes. I don't have to talk to you for 2 minutes. I don't have to talk to you at all. And then when I talk, what I have to say, I can pick and choose what I choose to share with you. I don't owe you anything. And even if you don't believe what I'm going to tell you or understand or have faith in what I'm going to tell you, there's no skin off my back because you have to live with that lack of knowledge.
Hey, Daryl, let me stop you for just a second before you go, because I know you got to go. Let me ask you this. Now, I talked to a woman the other day who wanted to commit suicide. I ended up talking to her for like 3 or 4 hours. Now, let me ask you real quick. What would you have said to her?
I'm going to be honest with you, but I don't play with people that want to do that. I don't do that because if that person decides they want to hurt themselves after you talk to them, no matter how much good you spoke on them, you can get in trouble legally because you're the last person that spoke to that person. Straight up. I stay away from that.
Oh, well, to be honest, I wouldn't care about that. I mean, if I'm sincere, the way I look at things, man, if I'm sincere in the things I say and do, then nobody can judge me before the Creator.
I understand. I'm just saying, like it's a legal thing with me. I just don't know how to. I just don't know how to approach something like that. So sensitive. I don't. That's a realm. I don't play around in that realm. Like I would, like I would say something. I wouldn't know what it would be. I guess I would have to hear what their situation is, and then, then bounce off what it is they tell me. So what I would say depends on the context, but at the same time, that's a little shaky. That's a little bit of a shaky situation for me. I would I would tell them to try to get some kind of help because I'm not a professional in that department.
Yeah, it caught me off guard. That's why I think I see the Creator in it. The way that it happened, and I believe that we have the words of life. If if anybody can say anything, I think a faithist can say something.
Yeah.
That might be, I mean, I don't know, bro. Hey, that's just what I believe.
But you right. You're right in what you're right in what you're saying. You're right. You're exactly right in what you're saying. It's just that it's like a personal thing with me that I would tell that person, I ain't the best person to talk to about nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because I don't understand the context of that person's situation. And and if that person does decide to like blow their brains out after they talk to me, then I'm gonna be questioned as to what I talk to that person about. That's just like an uncomfortable kind of lane that I don't feel comfortable playing around in. That's just me, I apologize if you was expecting I apologize if you was expecting more of a profound answer, but I just gotta be real with you.
It's fine. I hear where you're coming from too. I got caught off guard in the situation, But now let me ask you one more question. A woman, she talked to me and she was bitter against the Creator because she lost her child. Would you speak to that? Would you deal with that situation or?
Yeah, I would deal with it. Like I say again, I would definitely talk to somebody about that. It would depend on the context of the situation again, how I would respond to that person. But I wouldn't tell them to like it's kind of weird because you don't know what you can say to that person, because there's a lot you can say to that person, but you don't know how they will receive it because OAHSPE talks a lot about what happens to infants and death, because once the infant dies, then that infant still fetals on their mom or whichever parent is sufficient enough for the baby to fetal on. Then once it's developed fully, that's when the angels come and get it, and they start raising it in the spirit realm.
All I could tell her was that your child didn't die, and I didn't want to go too much further into that because I'm with you so far as being careful.
Right.
You talk to people about those types of situations, so if you say anything, you want to say something that's pretty safe and easily probable. When you talk about the OAHSPE, you're right though, bro. That's a very delicate situation.
Right. Yeah. Like I say, you just don't know how they would. Right. You just don't know how they will receive that. You don't know how they will receive it. And then being a faithist, you understand that when things like that happen, it's not, the Creator's will be done. It's not for us to blame the Creator for things like that to happen, because things will happen. It's a matter about how we pick ourselves up and move forward from it, and how we exercise our resilience.
Right.
So no, I'd never blame Creator for anything bad that happens, because we got to understand that everybody has the free will to do something. So if somebody decide they want to rob me or something, I'm not gonna blame the Creator for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna blame that man for abusing his liberty to be free to do whatever he want to do.
Oh man, bro. Well, I appreciate you, man. I thank you for taking the time out to check in. Yeah,
it's all good. I'm finna sign off and go play some Minecraft Dungeons with my daughter, and then before I go to bed. So we finna go chill real quick. And yeah, brother. But yeah, man, I just wanted to come on and just drop some fire.
What is that game? Why is that game so popular?
Minecraft or Minecraft Dungeons? We play Minecraft Dungeons. It's the same thing. It's just Minecraft Dungeons.
I've heard of Minecraft. What is that?
Well, Minecraft is that game where they build with the little cubes and stuff. They got the textures on it and things. They you build houses and forts and boats and whatever you want to build on there. And then Minecraft Dungeons is just an RPG version of that game, where you go to the towers and fight. You just fight monsters and stuff and level up and get weapons and get armor and things like that, man. So me and my daughter, we love playing that on the Switch. We like playing the dungeons, and we go through dungeons and get experience points, and we beat the dungeon. I think sometimes they got like 21 floors or 30 floors, and once we beat so many floors, we get a special gift that we can use to go through our missions and stuff. So it's a lot of fun.
Hey, bro, so at some time in the future, man, you want to come back in and get geopolitical on me?
What you mean, like geopolitical?
world events?
Man, I don't really pay attention to stuff like that, man. I'm like the worst person in the world to talk to about sports. I'm the worst person to talk to about world events. I don't get
Right.
into politics, and I don't watch it. I couldn't tell you what's going on in the news, man, right
I
now.
wish I was like that.
Yeah, honestly, I couldn't tell you. I don't pay attention to that, man. I got my own focus, and my own focus right now is to work and provide for my family and to develop myself. So that stuff doesn't get a lot of my attention because whenever I do have free time, I'm either podcasting, and before I was podcasting, I was doing an illustration in Photoshop. So I like to work on my hobbies. I like to work on my hobbies and things that I love to grow in. I don't get myself caught up in watching politics because especially when you had a TV on, you know, the TV is a portal for those transmissions to come and disrupt the energy in your home.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, I see it differently. You know, that's one of the ways that I see the Creator is by looking at what's going on and seeing how He says that this is going to come to pass, and you see it come to pass, and it helps me. You know, it helps me to to see the Creator more strongly and how he deals with the affairs of men, and it's like encouragement to me because I know that we moving towards somewhere, man. We moving towards the kingdom. So
and everybody has their own thing. You know, it's just that I was just giving you my personal thing.
I hear you.
If that's what you do, you're not wrong for that because I don't do it. I just to me it's just low priority compared to everything else I got going on.
Right. No worries at all, man. No worries, man. You know, Brother Dave, he does that all the time when he signed it off. So
yeah, no problem, man. But yeah, I'll check in with you again whenever I get some free time.
Yeah, every now and then, man. I appreciate hearing from you, man. You know, I really, I'm trying to turn this thing into like a big old forum, man, where guys just come in and share and not for the purpose of, you wrong and everybody's got a perspective and I want to hear it, so
well, we gonna vibe, whenever you see me, we gonna vibe. I ain't coming around to be contentious. As a matter of fact, I'm sick of joining
same here,
contentious platforms. Like I told you, man, I unsubscribed to a lot of Hebrew channels and stuff that I was doing with the Hebrews. I'm done with it. I unsubscribed from YouTube. I got them off my Facebook, and any of the Hebrews is still on my Facebook. If I come across a post with them posting anything, from the OT or whatever, they gone, man. I was wiping a couple of them off today. I was like, man, get off my network. Get off my network.
Yeah, I'm with you there, man. I don't want that vibration, man.
No, get off my network. Yeah, but let me go on and sign out, man. Much love and light to you, brother.
Hey, brother. Peace, love, light to you, man.
Peace, love, and light.
All right. I can end on a good note, man. Feel good talking to that brother. All right. Thank you, Creator. Thank you, Creator. All right, brother. I want to give thanks to the Heavenly Father, Earthly Mother, for this opportunity, man, to try to share the light. And man, oh man. Now tomorrow I'm gonna be in the Bible study, so no video tomorrow. But Thursday, Friday, I'll be back, and then of course all for the weekend. So man, thank you, brother, for joining me, man. Really, thank you. Bless my soul. May the Creator bless each one of you with peace, love, and light, protection, and love. And until I see you again on video, shalom.